everyone, welcome to Love and Life's Journey. I'm Chantel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to be making some decorative home organization projects with items that you probably already have around your house. So let's get started. I will be using 5 of these paint stir sticks from Walmart. These are the larger ones, the 5-gallon stir sticks. They come in a 3-pack, so I need 2 packs, and I'll be using 5 sticks. And I'm going to be using 3 of these wide mouth quart canning jars. I'm going to be making a tray to set my jars in, so I'm going to be using 3 of the stir sticks for the bottom of the tray, and I'm going to line these up and then set my jars on top to figure out how long I need to make these stir sticks and where I need to cut them off. For the canning jars, 12 inches is perfect, but if you have some other jars around the house, you can use those. Just use what you have and measure with those. I will be using my miter box and saw to cut these paint sticks, and I will put the link to this in the description box below. It is just such a handy tool to have around the house for these craft projects. And I'm going to cut all 5 sticks at 12 inches because I need 3 for the bottom and then 2 for the long sides of the tray. Then I'm taking my sanding block and just sanding off a few of those little splinters from where I cut the sticks. I'm going to use some of this Weld Bond glue. You can use wood glue or E6000 to glue these 3 pieces together for the bottom of the tray. And once I have them glued together, I'm going to place something heavy on top and let those dry. Then I'm going to take another one of the 12-inch pieces and I'm going to glue it along the front edge, and I am gluing it to cover that front edge, not on top of it, if that makes sense. You'll be able to see what I'm doing here. And I did add a little bit of hot glue in just a couple of places just to hold that on while that other glue dries. And then I will do the same thing with the other long piece on the other side. I'm going to use the ends of 2 of the stir sticks that we cut, and I am going to use those for the sides of the tray. So I'm just measuring how long I need those, and then I will cut those off using my miter box as well. Then I will just take those pieces and glue them to the ends of my tray. So here's a tip if you are needing some craft supplies that you can get at Walmart. I am not going into the stores right now, but you can add them to your Walmart grocery pickup orders, and then you can just pick them up along with your groceries and you don't even have to get out of the car. That's what I did with both of these paint sticks and my canning jars. So here's the tray all put together, and it's not perfect. It does have a few little gaps and things. If you wanted to make it nicer, you could use some wood filler and fill those in, but for this project I didn't really think that was necessary. So now I'm taking some brown acrylic craft paint and I'm just adding a little bit to a bowl, and then I'm going to add a good amount of water to make a stain. And if you have a stain, you can use that, but I'm just showing how you can make a stain using a little bit of craft paint and water. So I am going to brush this on and then I'm going to wipe it off, and I am doing just one section at a time. So one side at a time, I'll paint that on and then I will wipe that off, and then I'll move to the next side. So if you're not able to get the paint stir sticks or the canning jars, you could use cardboard or foam board and paint it for your tray, or you could use jars that you have around the house in place of the canning jars. So like spaghetti sauce jars or pickle jars. Just be creative and use what you have. Next I'm going to paint my jars, and I found if I put spray paint on the glass jar first, then that really helped my chalk paint to stick to the jar. And if you have spray paint in the color that you want your jars to be, then that's great. I did not, and so I'm just spraying the jar with the spray paint first, and then I'm going to go over it with my chalk paint in the color that I want. And the chalk paint will adhere to that spray paint much better than just to the glass jar. And I painted 2 of my jars in the lighter color and then 1 in this really pretty green color. Once I had my jars painted so they had a good coverage of paint and it was completely dry, I sprayed them with this matte clear sealer to help that paint stay on. Then I'm going to take some jute twine and just wrap it around the top of each jar about 4 or 5 times and then tie a knot. I made the 2 lighter colored jars the same with the knot on the side that says ball on the jar, and then the green jar I actually did it on the opposite side so that the knot was on the side where the fruit design was, just to kind of change it up. So I put these in my kitchen. I put some utensils in them. Now if you were using jars that didn't have any design on them, such as the pickle jars or spaghetti sauce jars or whatever, you could use stickers to put some words on there. You could use some stenciling. You could use some vinyl lettering. I saw some really cute. They said flip, scrape, and stir on each jar. I thought that was really cute. But you could change this up as well. If you're not into the farmhouse style, you could paint this any color you want. You could add some metallic to it. You could add some bling to it. And just really change it up to fit your decor. And I really like how this came out. Here's another jar organizer that I made. This one is using 3 jars I picked up at Dollar Tree a long time ago, and also a wire baking rack that I got from Dollar Tree a long time ago as well. But I believe that these are items that they pretty much carry all the time. So these are the wire cooling racks that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm just using one of them, and I am bending it in 2 different places. So I am just using some pliers, and I figured out how wide I needed the rack to be for my jars to sit in, and then I bent up the back, and then I'm going to bend up the front as well. Now you can see it has these little feet that were the feet of the rack to hold it up off of the counter. I'm bending those up a little bit, and if you set something light in this, you could probably hang it on the wall using these, but I'm just bending them up so that this doesn't stick out away from the wall quite as far. Then I'm going to bend the front up, and I don't want those little feet sticking out in the front of my rack, and so I'm actually going to cut that wire out, and then I'll add a little jute twine accent to the front of my rack. Then I just spray painted my rack with some brown spray paint that I had, and then I added these jute twine accents just by wrapping the twine around it, and I think it made it look real cute. And I just spray painted the lids of my jars in that same brown paint that I sprayed the wire rack, and then I added a jute flower to the front of the center jar, and that was it. And look how cute it is in my bathroom. I really like it. I also decided to see what it looked like in my kitchen and swap out the wooden tray for the wire rack with my canning jars, and I think that looks really cute too. I really am not sure which one I like best. I think I might like the wire rack better. Let me know in the comments below which one you like best, and let me know what you might use an organizer like this for. I think it would also be really cute as a centerpiece to put flowers in. And if I decide to go with the wire rack for my canning jars, I can always use the little wooden tray on my dresser to throw my keys and my sunglasses in. There are so many uses for these projects. And they were so inexpensive to make. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any future DIYs coming up. But for now, click on one of these boxes here to watch some more DIYs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all stay safe and healthy and have a blessed day.